Sanibonani dumelang absheni hello. Gama kuthokozani lisedihanya. Akhosini yini nonke enizobukela leli video nina bahlali basekhaya. Igama lami uMakhenikha, Mkhulu Makhenikha, uMakhenikha womsamo. Ngihlele noMkhulu Sseida igedla lama-skr.
Hey,
Mkhulu.
hey man, ngiyanibingelela. Ngiyanibingelela ngothando kamveli nqangi. Mkhulu Sseida lo, losana. Umprofeti owangenwa ingilosi yasesibhakabhakeni. Ngithi kini makhanye ukhanya makwanda makhosi.
Ngiyabonga Mkhulu. Namhlanje I wanted us to speak about something, and this is really just an awareness video. I want people to really wake up and be aware of this thing that we call life. Isihloko sanamhlanje sithi your enemies are in your circle. Your enemies are not overseas. Your enemy is not someone you don't know. Lo muntu lo ofisa ukumosha impilo yakho, ofisa ukuhlakaza empilweni yakho is not someone that lives in a different continent. Your enemies are in your circle. Ngifuna ukukupha ithuba mkhulu ukuthi when I say that, mangithi kuwe your enemies are in your circle, what comes to mind? But we have to tell them mkhulu.
I think what's needed before anything else is ukuthi to tell people ukuthi we're not fear mongering. Asisho ukuthi niphile ningathemba abantu, niphile nithukile, but this is awareness for you guys to understand ukuthi umuntu ozokuthakatha, umuntu who's gonna spread lies about you, somebody who's gonna gossip you, somebody who's gonna try and break you down, somebody who's gonna feel envy for you, is somebody amongst your circle. The bigger your circle, the higher the chances. Mkhulu right. Umuntu ozokuthakatha hardly.
Okay, just sorting out your mic. There's nothing I could do. Okay, it's cool.
Okay. Hardly ukuthi you're going to ukuthakathwa umuntu ongamazi. Hardly it's going to be at work somebody who tries to sabotage you. Hardly it's going to be somebody who's gonna steal from you ongamazi. It's always people you know. It's always people you are aware of. It's always people that are measuring themselves against you. Not even a healthy competitive manner, but an unhealthy competitive manner. Either I want more for you, but never more than what I have. Or either I don't have. I also want you not to have.
That's cool. This topic is so deep, man, because I'm thinking to myself, without giving too much away, like I guess my only reference point to this existence is myself. But ngokukula and seeing things, I'm realizing actually not everyone thinks the way that I think, and not everybody has the same reservations that I might have because of the way I am. Yazi ngingumuntu onozwelo, umuntu othanda abantu, someone that, because I don't have dark thoughts for other people that are rooted from envy or whatever, I went a long time in my life assuming everyone else is like that. Meanwhile, some people are just built different in a sense that they just built different. They will look at you and say, but why is this? Why yena anethonga lenhlanhla mina ngingalo? Why? No, it's ingimvale. Or even something simple, something small, like I'm trying to think of, maybe you're in class, you're in high school. Why is he always getting number one in school? No, mina why ngingatholi number one? No, it's ingimvale. Why? Yeah.
Sorry, it always, and I need you guys to be aware, and both those of you that are being diagnosed with the sickness we're talking about, and those of you that are in the victim seat, it all stems from a self-esteem issue, and a deeply subconsciously entrenched belief that they cannot achieve more than what they've achieved. Bakubona wena so name moto. they don't believe they can do it. So instead of looking for a way
to elevate themselves,
yeah, they would rather drag you down.
Damn.
It stems from that, Mkhulu. Self-esteem issues that are coupled with lack of self-awareness and self-consciousness. That's why we are on a war against unconsciousness, because unconsciousness is always the reason that will result in abantu bathakathe, that will result in people bakhuluma kabi, that will result in people trying to drag you down. Because in their eyes, and this is what now I'm gonna give to you guys that perceive yourself as victims, see yourself rather as inspirations, because the only reason somebody would talk behind your back or somebody would try and drag you down is because they are either behind you or they perceive you to be higher than them. Going back to the topic, I need you guys to understand something. Your enemies are not thinking the thoughts you are thinking. Or
Cool. I actually want to maybe give two certain ish, and it's really painful, but I have to do this so that you guys can understand how you really need to be aware. Like a lot of the time, one remedy is valumlomo, keep quiet. Watch the people you talk to. Every 2 weeks, every week. How are you doing? How are things? And you don't know ukuthi you are reporting to your chief Mthakathi, now you busy, but you don't know because maybe it's naivety. I don't know what other. Maybe you just I don't know how can we put it.
It stems from a culture of a toxic need for sympathy. You must remember that the ego is a very treacherous thing. The ego will cling on to anything, whether negative or positive, to validate its existence. The ego's biggest fear is not existing. So abantu will cling on whether to their pains or painful stories or bad things they're going through to validate their existence, to have a story attached to their ego. As well, the toxic social media culture of wanting to show off. Yabona lento yenu yokuthi every 2 minutes and I'm not saying don't celebrate yourself, but be careful. Not everybody seeing you posting your new car on social media is gonna be happy. Not everybody seeing your new house or your new wife or your new husband or how cute your baby is gonna be happy.
Mkhulu bayenzini bangasaposti.
It goes back to what you're saying. Be careful who you tell indaba zakho.
Sure.
Be aware.
But I just want to come with a different POV and say there's a difference between posting on social media versus talking to your friend. There's a big difference, and I'm not nullifying or silencing or lowering your points about social media. That's a very we're gonna talk about it now. I just want to make this point. Bahlali balaleli ngithi mina, even the people that you perceive to be your mates, your family, your best friends, your life partner, your girlfriend, your talking stage, or whatever. Watch the people you talk to. And it really it breaks my heart, but I have to make this relatable to the viewer and say I'll give an experience to say Uguti. I was excited for this other new job that I had once upon a time. I was excited for it, and I went and I told someone that is still close to me. I'm not saying yakanga. In fact, I know more or less what happened, but I went to someone, ngamtshela ukuthi yo ngicela umsebenzi omusha nini hooray ukahle, I hope ukuthi ngiyawuthola ini isikhathi masihamba. Now all of a sudden sebafuna ukungixosha, and I don't understand what the hell. Well, now I know what happened there, but saying ukuthi yo kuts, you opened your mouth. Another thing, there was a girl I was excited about. Ngahamba ngayotshela umuntu ngijabulile siye dating in. On the date something tragic happened, something umlingo happened.
Hey.
And I'm like, yeah, you opened your mouth in the wrong environment. I'll put it like that. You opened your mouth in the wrong environment, and now and maybe that's a bitter painful lesson for me to learn, that actually you gotta shut up. Just because someone is blood related to you doesn't mean that you ought to be talking gang. Shut up. uthola ukuthi umuntu uthanda, maybe someone has visions and plans, and then you tell umuntu akini or umngani wakho or umlingani or whatever, mina ngifuna ukuvusa in, whether it be a business or you want to go on vacation, then jiki isikhathi masihamba ayenzeki. You know, a powerful shaman who's actually from Soweto but he lives in KZN, I won't say who. He once said, yazi khona abantu abakwazi ukuthakatha just by listening to you, just by listening to what you said, for the fact that it landed on their ears. Yavaleka.
Often family members. Okay, so the reason I say social media, because when you're talking about people should keep quiet, those family members can have access to your social media. So when we are humble, we are poster, those friends can have access to your Instagram. When even if not, you're not telling them. From merely seeing why is he living his best life, why is she living her best life. So that's where I'm coming from.
No, we're not pillar soft.
Yeah, phila kamnandi na why kumele sidle pill chart every day when you logo busy ngama green cheese.
What you're saying is real life, eh? And I'm not immune. I'm not immune.
There's been a couple of and I won't obviously say the patient's names or anything, but there's been many times in Shola, and a lot of people basha my family member, bavala my family member. Women abasabi umuthi, abasabi ukulandela umuthi. Women, be very careful about your friends. Women, indoda, I've had a few cases where it's men, but women are not afraid of imithi. Isikhwele somfazi is the most scariest thing. I've seen it from kulapha abantu ukuthi umfazi angakubulala from isikhwele. Akushaya nje ngento ejulile be yena athi bekanga, and they'll do it even from siyamlaya bahleka perspective. So you girls with the large circle, maliphakamike igedla likhulume into ekumele iyenziwe kumele sibashaye ngomuthi. Now with that said, that can be prevented. Guys, people have different backgrounds, people have different traumas, people have different experiences, people have different mental dispositions. So when I never go with the circle of people and think, wow, oh, me and my friends all think alike, oh, we all baddies, kan khona lo hlala kubheka manithatha ithombe ngoba when you yellow bone ecwebezelayo shanga ama hazel eyes shaye ngesichitho.
Not everyone, but be careful, because not everyone is having the thoughts that you are having. Khona abanye abantu baneyinhliziyo ezigobekile nje. Wena mawuphumelela ngathi uyamthunuka noma ngithi ngizothini uyamthuka. Angazi ukuthi ngiyebeka kanjani.
No, you're putting it correctly.
And you are offending this person, like you said, akatswafa ukuthinta umuthi. Ungamenzanga next, just your success alone nje uyamlimaza.
The biggest thing is, again, that lack of self-consciousness, lack of self-introspection. Yo, why am I feeling like this? People have that capacity. I know it's hard, but have the capacity. Look, it's okay to feel envy. It's a natural human emotion. The issue is when you wake up and you act on it, and you do something you were never warranted to do in the first place. And then when uthathe ukuthi unenhlanhla ufuna ukuyivala leyo nhlanhla. No, you can work on your own luck ukuthi uyivule ukuthi wakhe izinto zakho. There's no need ukuthi uhambe uvalana nabantu. We already have impande zobumnyama. We already have abathakathi that are dedicated. Hayi ukuthi bona futhi they have envy ini. Their primary job and training was ukuthakatha. They have no emotional or human affiliation with you. Their job is ukuvala anything ekhanyayo within the regions they are assigned to. Now, to add to the burdens that society is not aware of, wena manje uyolanda abangani abazokuxaka. Abangani owazi kahle ukuthi when I'm sitting with this person, they always talking bad about someone else. They're always talking about how much they dislike someone else. When I now have the consciousness and introspection ukuthi uyibuke inhliziyo yomuntu wazi ukuthi, matter of fact, if lo muntu lo angafisela omunye umuntu okubo okungaka, nami angangifisela the day I'm successful.
Beautiful. True.
Ningalinge nakhe ubudlelwane through hatred of somebody else.
Because one day it's going to be your turn.
Niyojikelana nidlane.
Yeah.
Nidlane nodwa.
Yazi ngifuna ukuthi ithi sigange ngeBhayibheli but asigange this time. Akusuganga. It's just that there are some accounts that are coming to me. Remember with Cain when he saw that his own sacrifice is not being accepted or whatever, and being that it was his own fault because he didn't give the best of what he had, and then Abel's one was good. He decided he went all the way to death instead of introspecting why is mine not being accepted. He's like, nah, I'm gonna kill him because and then when God asked him, where's your brother? He's like, am I his keeper or what? And my point with that is not everyone is built like us. Not everyone is people are just built differently, man. When you succeed, David, remember what David did? David saw Uriah's wife and thought, damn, David was a king. He could get anything in the world. But then he saw someone else's wife and he was like, he didn't say, I want someone like Uriah's wife. I want Bathsheba.
Exactly.
And he went as far as getting Uriah killed and doing whatever he did with. My point is, people, not everyone is I don't know, man. I don't know how to.
Not everybody is self-aware.
Self-aware, but mina ngithi lo mkhuba lo ukuthi ubona umuntu aphumelela in whatever way bese usofisa ukumphuca leyo nto noma wena umshaye ukuthi awe phansi. I'll never understand that.
No, it's honestly at the end of the day just abantu bakhumbule ukuthi at the end of the day we live in a world that's very unconscious. And the viewers need to understand the purpose of the channel. Unconsciousness always leads to unconscious actions. Unconscious actions always lead to unconscious results. Like you just pointed out, David, him being a king and having all he could have had any baby.
Yeah. All the guap in the world.
Yeah. Wakombu Bathsheba. All from Gumbuga outside the window. Wabonu Bathsheba, what yazi? That guy didn't have as much as he had. But even the little that guy had.
Yo.
So
that's fucked up, bro.
That was a very unconscious action from David. Had David reflected on the law of the Jews and being conscious, he would have known that no, what I'm about to do doesn't make sense. But he didn't think about that. He was using his deed to think in why must this guy, I'm higher than him, I'm a king, I should be able to take what he sees. Greed,
envy,
pride. The 7 deadly sins will always lead to unconsciousness. Unconsciousness is the deactivation of the 7 sacral centers, the 7 chakras.
Okay.
Consciousness leads to the activation of those because you think from the heart center, you think with your crown chakra. You are always thinking higher minded things, and likewise strive for that. Strive for higher minded thoughts, because if you are not the victim, you will become the perpetrator of such things. And then kumbuleni ukuthi ubuthakathi is not only like you said, you can say something to somebody unenhliziyo emnyama into yakhe ingamaterialize.
Sure.
Akashayanga lutho ukubambe ngenhliziyo loyo muntu ukuthi ngiyaminyela, I swear to God, I wish athi uyaya on this trip ibhasi iginqike. Yabo leyo. Because they lack consciousness. So likewise, everybody, I wish for both those in the perpetrator seat and in the victim seat to come to a certain level of self-awareness where you're able to question whatever actions you're about to take, and you can verify them before the higher mind of the universe. Usho ukuthi this makes sense to do. Ungavese ugadle umntwana abantu ngesichitho. ungagadli umntwana abantu ngesichitho ngoba umntwana abantu uzohamba afike la esigodlweni sakho. And makafika, I am not God. Angeke ngikuxolele ngizokushaya ngomuthi ngizama ukufaka ngaphansi komhlaba.
Ah, shit.
Njalo nje.
Damn. Nah,
Njalo nje.
I couldn't hold in the laugh because I know who you are and I know the shit that you have, and it's like I know, so it's like damn. Yeah, that person will be unlucky.
Uzofika la ke. Uzofika, and by the time afika la, the saddest part about unconscious people, abathagataya and all that, the moment they are now in the victim seat, they don't understand.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Why are you doing this to me? Thina ke inyanga asabuzi. Sometimes nje sive sesimshayo umthakathi nje ukuthi sitest ivutha phezu kwekhanda.
Ay, bitch, you can't say that, dog.
Testila nje imithi phezu komthakathi. At the end of the day.
Now we're editing that out, bro. Nah, you must don't have violence, bro. No ways, bro.
Nah, I'll cut that part out. But people must understand, as you've brought out Cain and David as examples, you must understand unconscious actions lead to unconscious results. David ended up in a struggle.
Sure.
A struggle of his life. Cain ended up being marked and in exile. Saul, who had envy because David was meant to be the king, ended up dying the death of a dog. Be fully aware, Nina, enihamba leyo ndlela ukuthi angeke nivune lutho, angifuni ukunicambela amanga, angeke nivune lutho, lento iyophelele emoyeni. But those of you that are in the victim seat, watch your circle. A lot of you out here are not progressing. Not because idlozi alikho, not because ithonga alikho, but simply because ninabanga. You know, Ketla, there's a reason why mo umuntu ofana nam now. The first thing idlozi liyenza likhiphe Abangani.
Njalo Ketla. It's like that.
Because isitha sakho sokuqala esizophakama is within your circle.
Shit.
Within your family.
Sure.
So they'll always pull you aside and seclude you. Ukuthi wenze njani? Bakufundise ukuthi don't walk blindly. The guy that's patting you on your back, damn. Julie.
Yeah, it's very deep. I just felt like this video had to be done because, you know, because of my own heart condition, the little TV that I watch, I see some hectic drums and I'm like, what the hell am I watching? But then it comes to me, Uguti, this is real life. And kwamele uqine in your heart, because these are the things that you need to be aware of. It's not nice finding out Uguti ugogo wakho uphonse ngethuna. It's not fun finding, and then you need to have the mental strength to deal with it. Oh, okay, uphonse ngethuna, manje simenzani? Hayi ugogo wami uphonse ngethuna. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have to speak about this and say, hey, actually guys, you need to be aware ukuthi semhlabeni lana.
The saddest part is people don't want to uzothupulela umuntu umtshela lezo zinto. Umtshela ukuthi it's your own family that's dealing with you, and you'll be like, who? So and so. Yela umuntu okushanga imithi uzofika vele ahleka nawe, angeke afika kutshela akwatile ukuthi wena ngitla ubonsa. Very few times it's like that. Umuntu ofuna ukugangela uzofika ahleka nawe ukuthi asondeze nawe, ukuthi azokhona ukumonitor ukuthi lento akuyenzayo ngiyayenzela. Did you lose your job? Uvela ama-pimples? Awusaphuphi? Izinto ezinjalo. So be aware, man, and don't walk blindly. We're doing this video. It's better to prevent than to cure. Okay?
True.
It's better to prevent than to cure. Abantu abalungile mabazichelise from dangerous situations ukuthi abathakathi bazogadlana bodwa. Gadlanani ke nodwa, nikhiphane lenkani enayo. Niboneni ukuthi lento le izonifikisa kuphi.
Yeah, masiva lekhehla. I think I've said what I wanted to say. Just okay. Maybe I can also add ukuthi ninenthanda ukuposta. hambani niyocina, hambani bayoncinisa, hambani niyogcaba ngoba
isithombe sakho bazosithatha basikrophe basifake ebhodleleni bafake umlibane bafake nale eminye imithi engeke ngiyimenshine bafake nenye into lapho engeke ngisho bayigqibe ethuneni
yo
lapho
hectic
bakufaka isipoko esiyovala konke okwakho awusiqinise uyeke ukuphosta ama-selfie uphawuthile uyeke ukuphosta ama-selfie ukamele leyo ntshebe yakho eshayinayo
sure
ngoba bazokulimaza abantu.
we're not making this up. This is not some examples from far away. This is everyday life. I'll even say there's a 80% chance it's happened to you. You just don't know. You don't know that they took your picture and did some stuff. You don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm here to tell you.
It happens. Qinani bafethu. Maningaqinanga thintana nawo amakhehla and we'll be on your side. To you guys that are victims, we are on your side. Your enemies are our enemies.
Ish. Injalo khehla sayivala.